subject property as well. So whenever you come back, you are aware of what your peers have found out or information, intelligence they have about that property. Now, what we recognized quickly that there could be some liability and foul play around this. It saddens me, but it is what it is. You know, if we can't find a way that minimizes or eliminates liability around this, it may not see the day of light, and that public option may go away, or the share option may go away. So that's why we have a user group that kind of advises us on these things, and we just go with it.
So
Do you hear the sadness in my voice when I say that, though? Yeah.
so if it's private, is it only for you to
Yes.
see later and not the listing agent? Just you?
Just you. You as a user of the system.
So the listing agent wouldn't see it?
No.
Or the seller? Or
No. But what you can do, which I'm going to jump ahead a little bit, we have a community aspect to this, but an online lounge where you could befriend through that listing agent and have a direct kind of comment to them right through that lounge that, hey, you know, I was on RPR, I saw this, and thought I'd just shoot you quick. You could do that, or text, or email, or call. But I wish, again, I hope that we find a way that we can police this, so 99% of us who will not use this for foul play, for benefit, can actually benefit from this. Okay, let's say, speaking of you as a market expert knowing more about this property than probably what exists in public records or anywhere, we have a tool for you to change the estimated value based on your knowledge of this property. That person that added that fourth bedroom but didn't report it to the assessor's office, you happen to know about it, you could come here and say, nope, this house is 4 bedrooms.
That's if it's my listing.
No.
I can't do that on anybody
You
else.
can do it on any listing or any home record. It doesn't have to be listed. It's a record. It's a property. And you can say apply changes. Now you added $29,000 on the value. I think what you're getting at, will the listing agent, anybody else see this? No, you're not making the changes in the database.
Oh.
You're only making changes for your view, your analysis only.
Because if you thought that comment was going to be bad, this
Oh,
was
yeah.
My
It's
5-bedroom
war.
became a 1-bedroom from her.
Yeah, civil war would be an understatement.
Exactly.
I understand. No. This is purely for your use as a user. No one else will see this.
Gotcha.
And does it actually save it here?
Yes. It will save it here, forever if you want it. I mean, unless you can come back and make changes. That value, refined value, will always be there when you're logged in and looking at it.
Oh.
Okay? So when you scroll, and we'll see later how the reports that you generate off of this will reflect your changes in it that you've made. So when you're sharing with your prospect, it's your number, revised value as you want to present it to. We'll talk about that too. I know I'm jumping all over the place now. All right, another thing that you may choose to do, and you'll see light up on the map based on my selection, I could choose to select different properties to be used in this calculation. And I could do a quick view of, reminder of what these properties are. You'll see the selection is, I think, blue. It changes into blue. And if I add that change to it, that adds another 15,000 to it. Or for the HGTV TLC lovers in you, I could say major kitchen remodel. I know it was completed March 2007. Remember that there was a refinance in 2007 on this? Maybe they spent that $100,000 on an upscale kitchen remodel. Just a hypothetical scenario. You can say add. It says, now that will add $74,000 to the value of this property today. All right, that's a data set we invested in as well. It exists from modeling magazines, but it's very regional, so it doesn't make a lot of sense. So we took that and layered it with 2-3 different data sets that in some metropolitan areas, it drills down to specific zip code level. In other rural areas, it's a bit more broad. But it gives you a sense of what would an investment in remodeled kitchen would mean, or an additional bedroom would mean, or any of those improvements. It's a very cool tool. You can also go with the other. If you don't even know, it's not listed there, say pool or something like that, you can also add that, modify it. It will just give you an approximate calculation on it. Okay? Isn't that HGTV all the way, or what, right? Yeah. Or you can say, I happen to know the market conditions here are slower. I can say the exterior of this property is at, a little bit above average. Interior condition is superb. They invested that $100,000 there. Lot size okay. View of the mountain. No privacy unless you consider, saying hello to your neighbor through the window. Privacy. Then once again a joke that's not well received. They understand exactly what I'm talking about when I say that. Here I guess you have a lot of land. And what do you mean I see my neighbor? We have fences in Texas, But all of my opinion-based, subjective opinion-based additions here, sliders, added this value to it as well. Now, I don't know if it was earlier here. I've been doing this so many times. Forgive me if it wasn't this session that came up. Somebody asked if we would aggregate this behavior. We would record this behavior. The answer is yes. And here's where it gets interesting. Remember I said when you calculate the RVM, it's an improvement, but there's still something missing from it, which is the human knowledge, your knowledge, the field knowledge. Nowhere that's aggregated the knowledge that you have. We are envisioning beginning to aggregate that knowledge. Let's say over a period of time, 1 year, every single agent, real estate agent, from this market, not from Miami or elsewhere toying around and they made a comment or changes to it, from that market came in and changed it from 3-bedroom to 4-bedroom. Now we can begin, arriving to conclusions that, you know what, this may be it, that it is 4-bedroom. Now add that as a data set, additionally a data set that is thrown into the calculation of the RVM. Does that make sense? So that's kind of the vision that we have. It's a very ambitious vision. It's not easy to implement, I don't think, at least. But certainly it's an idea that I think would be very, very cool and beneficial to all involved. So that's the idea here. Also, obviously, all other behavior that you have here too, it gets monitored. Just like, again, the example I shared with you, some of you get the Mercedes ad, others the Chevy. That's based on your behavior on that particular website you visited. They don't know who you are, but they just know your behavior, so you're more likely to be interested in this than this, which is also called psychographic data, which you'll have available in the system. Can I make this more complicated? Charts, graphs. We all like charts, graphs. All of those data sets that you viewed are presented to you in a charts, graphs format.